All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. Still a little sick here, but very excited to make this one because a lot has happened today. So we'll talk about MULN, Rivian, Lucid, and then if there's time, I at least want to throw Tesla in. So it's a little bit of an EV, but very much a recent runner. I mean, a almost 70% day, very, very much needed for a very troubled MULN, all right? Look, I very honestly, if I made this video yesterday, I would have no way known that this was going to come, all right? There are really no magic set of technical analysis indicators that are going to like give you the no, all right? What I'm going to tell you is how I would have played that. Unfortunately, I'm still a little sick, so I'm not really making any like day trades or anything like that, but yeah, I'll tell you what I would have done when if this thing kind of like was on my radar. And then like we'll always do, this is a potential pump and dump, right? Is this going to hold? Is this going to drop? Like we're going to talk about that, right? Look, Rivian's been crushing it. I'll be honest, I actually thought today would do just a little bit better, but you'll see the moving averages definitely did their thing. I don't remember what Lucid looks like, but I think it's also had a pretty good few days. So I'm actually going to do that one relatively blind and live. And then again, I'd like to touch Tesla if we're going to do the rest of these, just pending on time, right? But before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are some horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this thing on the internet, like, comment, look, anything you can do really does help me out with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time is super, super appreciated, all right? So look, MULN, I will be honest, right? The last few videos I've made about MULN, I've been really, I've been mean. I'm not gonna lie, I've been very, very bearish. I don't use that word often, but yeah, it's been pessimistic here because again, since this 1 to 25 reverse split, all we have been doing is trading under the 8 moving average. We literally have never been able to close over it, right? We today obviously closed well above it, right? And not only that, I mean, today a billion share, 1.2 billion shares were traded today. Just the 0.2 is a whole lot of volume, all right? Do you know how many stocks wish they can do 200 million, let alone 1.2 billion? Like that is wild, right? Nonetheless, look, the day before, again, still a monster number, don't get me wrong, but this was only 0.2 of the billion, right? And then we basically 6x volume today, all right? Now let's talk about the volume jump, all right? MULN has hired some lawyers to go against the short attackers is basically the headline I read. A few things in that, right? And please, if you disagree with me, don't be afraid to throw it in the comments. Like, I am not here pretending I'm all knowing and any of that kind of stock guru BS, right? Like, these are just my honest opinions, all right? But number one, I do not care about short attacks. Like, there is no us against the shorts. It's you against you. It's me against me, right? Like, this is why I have no problem teaching you guys these moving averages. Like, if you make money and I don't, it's all good. That was just my fault for not doing it. It's not like you took it out of my hands, right? So for me, like, knowing these moving averages matters more than like short attack BS, okay? From there, look, if you're buying this share, if you're buying MULN, you're buying an EV company. You want a 60, 70% day off of some EV related news. Like, could they not have gotten a contract with, Amazon delivery trucks or like this or that? Like, that would have made me say, okay, MULN is doing some real EV stuff and is justified the news with the monster. Like, the fact that we got this 70% day because they're attacking the shorts, honestly, I think that's a little embarrassing. Like, this is not like I'm buying an EV company with my money. I'm not buying some like People magazine headline about short attacks, right? So just my 2 cents on that, okay? Nonetheless, hey, if you made the money, I love it, okay? Let me tell you how I would have played this. I would have entered this above the 8 moving average. Once that 14 hit, and really you can almost even round it to 15 if you want, because you can definitely see it's like, I wish I had more decimals, right? But it was definitely a high 14. It was maybe like 0.148, 147, give or take, right? But once that crossed, I would have ridden that all the way up as much as I could. Because again, this thing has struggled so much breaking the 8, literally even before the split, right? But that I would have felt really comfortable putting some money in, all right? I'll be honest, I would have sold at the end of the day. I wonder, what is this thing doing after hours? You going up? Ooh, you're going up. Mullen, I like it. Okay, interesting. Again, look, I think after hours noise is a really easy way to get yourself stuck in the cookie jar, okay? What am I essentially looking for? Look, where are we on the 17 to 18? Oh yeah, we're right on the tip of 18. So I'm gonna set an alert for 18. If this thing hits 18 in the morning, all right, and when I say in the morning, I definitely mean in that like 6:30, 9:30 peak, right? Like if we hit 18, this should want to come to 25, okay? From there, is it going to break 25? I don't know, but you can basically see the top of this all the way to here. Basically, the 50 moving average is nothing but red, 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 red. So another alert I'm going to want to hit is 26. All right. And honestly, 26 might be the juicier entry. If you can have the patience for 26, my good, and I'm going to draw the lines. I think it's well worth drawing that. From here all the way till up here at basically a 3x from roughly 25 to 75 is nothing but red, 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 which should turn to an easy green, 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 green. 26 is the money line. I think 18, I'm going to delete this 20. I don't think we need this one right now. I think that 18 that I set the alert, again, I think it's still worth it. Maybe it would have been worth it to actually push it up to 19. I think that might have taken away a couple of the fake outs. I kind of regret doing the 18. I'm gonna do the 19 and actually delete the 18 alert when I'm done recording this. But I think 19 to 25 is a really interesting channel because again, that's basically red, 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 red till about right here, which is 19. Green, 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 right? Again, I know no one wants to talk about pennies, but going from 19 to 20 something, that's not bad at all right? And then again, 26 to 74, that's the money channel right there. That's what I'm really interested in if it could hit. And again, I'm just zooming out, right? Even well before the split, we've only tested the 20 a bit and look, that closes above it. No, that does not. That closes down here. This day closes at 328. Yeah, we open above it, but we close down here. We open above it, but we close down here. We open above it, but we have not closed above the 20 in a while. So that 26 is no guarantee. But if it hits, that's a really good channel for sure, okay? Look, I would not be surprised, even knowing, I'm going to show it again, even knowing that this thing is still going up as I'm speaking, after hours. There is still a really good chance that this thing closes back down here at 14, all right? Again, after hours, in my opinion, is a little bit of a get your hand stuck in the cookie jar thing, okay? But if we can open at 18, if it looks good, it should want to run up. I would actually really hate this if it opens at 25 and comes back down to 19. I can very much see that happening as well. So be careful with that, okay? But again, if we crack 26 and it looks good, oof, that's going to be money right there. One more time, be careful of an open around 25 that drops all the way to 19, if not even lower to 14, okay? Be very, very careful with that. But dude, Mullen looks juicy, okay? Still a long way to go on the weekly, but again, this weekly is kind of saying 47. We might want to come to the 8 moving average again because it's nothing but red, 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 right? So still not a good RSI, but obviously it's super, super low, right? So yeah, interesting day for sure. I think tomorrow's follow through is going to be good. And I swear, one more time, I don't care that it's still going up as I speak. After hours is a really easy way to get stuck. I could see it opening up here and then dropping, right? So just be careful. But Make your money, right? You know I'm here for you to make your money, all right? Let's look at Rivian. Rivian. Ooh, 200 moving average. Today is why. Okay, I saw the gap up for sure. I also started to see it kind of like pitter patter. I'm glad it kind of recovered from this thing right here, right? But look, the 200 moving average is no joke. But man, if you caught it, the run from 14 to 20 is just beautiful. All right, so nothing to get upset about. The fact that this thing slowed it down, like that is money in the bank. All right, sadly I was sick during all of that, so I really made nothing on that, but my goodness, that is just beautiful to say the least. You know what I mean? If this thing can crack the 200, the game's not over yet. Like, it's just starting. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, like the MACD is just starting to pick up. Volume is, you know, like this thing might just be. And again, look at this thing, right? Like, oof, man. I got to draw that right there. That's something. We'll clean that up in the daily. But if this thing can crack 3333, I think that's the easier number to call. But yeah, if this thing can crack the mid 30s, oh man, this thing can make a real silly run. Yeah, look at that. That's actually almost right where I would have drawn it. What does this look like? No, that's too low. I think that's my line. 33. I like that 33 line, because what I'm basically seeing is we're at the bottom of that, 50% of that, looks like 50% of that, at the top of that, bottom of that. Yeah, I like this line. I think that's a good line right there. Do I even need this 25? Where's 25 coming from? No, I think we're going to get rid of 25. 25 is basically just the bottom of this. I don't think I need this 25. Let's delete this. If you can break this 200, there's a lot of reason to believe you'll come to about here, about 28 to 30. I don't think we need to put that other one in between. I for sure see this right here. I'm pretty sure this is where I got my things from, but nah, I like this red a lot, actually. Maybe that's worth drawing something, but again, I think that's just a little too close to the 33. Maybe we'll see this hit and like we'll laugh about it later. But no, I like this. I think it's all about the 200 right now. Again, just look at this thing, right? We have actually literally never touched it until today. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That might end up being a little bit of a rejection. Also, looking at the RSI, RSI doesn't really get very high, nor does it actually sustain, right? So I think 85 is kind of the peak on this thing. And again, I'm not really seeing very many like horizontal holds on it, right? So we might be failing this. I think it's really important that the 8 catches up, but honestly, I don't think we're going to lose this 1881. I really don't. I'm not even sure we'll even lose this 1950. We wicked it today. I see that. But yeah, I think we're going to come down a little bit. I think the 8 will catch it. And then I think we're going to make a second attempt at the 200. But yeah, this is beautiful to say the least. All right. And again, just look, we've had a couple more interactions with the 100, right? Interactions right here, eventual takeoff. I think we're just going to need a little bit of an interaction minute before we break it and go. But yeah, I actually see 33 not being too unrealistic. What is this number right here? Again, this thing might touch 23, maybe even 25. That's where I got the 25 from. I think I got it from the weekly right here is where I got it from. But yeah, no, I'm still okay with this actually. Rivian, again, I am liking this thing. LCID, Lucid. Let's come to Lucid real quick. Interesting. Look at this thing. Just starting to make its way up really nicely. 8 moving average. That's a nice golden cross right there. Break the 8, go to the 20. Break the 20, go to the 50. Break the 50, hopefully trying to go to the 100, right? MACD is looking nice, actually right on the border of that positive line. Interesting to see the RSI kind of stutter right here. I guess this was an important line right here. Does it go back anywhere? No, not really. Interesting. Okay. Shit, interesting. All right. For me, I think I would set my alert just over that, and I will. 772 looks like a good alert for me on Lucid. Again, I'm not in this right now, but yeah, if we can break the 100, again, moving it, break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, go to the 50, break the 50, go to the 100, break the 100, go to the 2, right? Hopefully we can go 1 to 2, and then again, break the 2 and hopefully come to this right here, right? Because my goodness, just green, 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 red, 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 this shitty horizontal that we're pretty much at, and then hopefully green, 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 right? So yeah, I would love to see this thing break the 100. And again, this 100's been a little bit of a difficult test, right? A little bit of an interaction right here, a pop and drop right there, and then a whole mess of not being able to break it, right? So let's see us break this 100, and I would love to very much see it. Ooh, nice weekly. Again, it's been a while since we've broken this 20 right here. We are at the border of it and still have a couple days, right? So what is your 20 at? 743. What was this number at? I think it was in the 770s, right? Yeah, for sure. Break the 100, we'll be over the 20. I like my alert a lot, actually. Lucid looks great. Let me just throw in Tesla real quick just to finish it off. Look, Tesla is the king still, all right? Tesla is bouncing off the 20 and flying. Just broke our 227. This thing, I mean, this is still a good weekly chart. We've now broken all the moving averages. We're looking to be confirming. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to throw 400 out just yet, but this thing should want to come to 320. If not, basically 330. I think that is the next place that this thing is going to want to come. Let's see it on the daily. Which one looks like the better line? Yeah, let's just take it on that. It's probably our 330 number right there. 308, I think, is our next number. And then, so we're going to peak, drop, peak, drop, peak, drop. This has been the drop point, I think, right there. 334. Nice. Look at that, right? Cool. I think this is a solid view of Tesla. Again, if Tesla's doing well, if the NASDAQ is doing well, let's just flash the NASDAQ real quick because you'll be surprised. Dun, da, 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 looks about the same, does it not? Same up right here, drop right here, pop right here, right? Look at that thing. Tesla, again, drop up right here, drop right here, pop right there. If the NASDAQ is going to do something, you have to expect Tesla's going to look roughly similar, right? So if NASDAQ's doing good, if Tesla's doing good, if Lucid's doing good, if Rivian's doing good, MULN, do something EV related and you should do well as well. You don't need the short noise, you know what I mean? But again, whatever makes the money makes the money. Hey, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much.